The impact of cultural diversity in ethnographic research is very important because everyone has their own ways of thinking and acting with a different perspective of looking the life, and by the reason that the investigation needs the social studies when the different ethnic groups in a society can be studied by researchers to understand how they interact and behave, so that supports the importance of this diversity in the development of the investigation. There are points very relevant that we have to consider having a successful investigation. First, considering the beliefs, traditions, customs, norms, etc. of a particular group, it can be it can give us the answer of how do they can be in a certain relation with the social problem of contamination. And considering that, it can be said that we are using the technique of participant observation. As it was mentioned before, the cultural diversity in Matamoros are principally a group of people that share interests and ways of acting in the society. So the question will, how do these social groups have a relation with the contamination in Matamoros? Well, as it was mentioned on the previous module evidence, the principal actions that causes the contamination in our city are that the people are not totally conscious of all the consequences it can bring us in long terms, no matter what social group they belong to, because everyone has a different way of appreciate the actions and the consequences it can bring to everyone. But it's important to say that the contamination is a social problem that is more a reality today in our city. The garbage has become the main problem that faces the state of Tamaulipas because every 24 hours over 3 million people generate more than 2,500,000 tons of waste. And with this, Matamoros together with Reynosa are the cities that present more level of contamination in Tamaulipas because we're talking that the waste per citizen is a kilogram by person. The impact of cultural diversity in the appearance of this social problem is most given to the action of imitation by throwing trash in the streets because they see other members of the group, so they get influenced in a negative way, thinking that they should do it too as well. Well, some techniques that were useful during the social problem study were principally the direct observation, because every day I'm testimony of the constant contamination in our city when the people throw trash in our streets. Also, conversation. This technique was present at the time to make the questionnaire to get the information. Also, the key informants. Well, my key informants were principally my family and classmates. And finally, the life stories, where people talk about the experience in this social problem and share their point of view and what we can do to solve it. And finally, the problem of the people is not all over the contamination. It is in the way they don't do anything to solve it. Because in my personal opinion, the first step to be concerned is making the recycling a personal habit. I know that with this we are not going to change the world in a day, but it is important to start with the basic actions like do not throw all the trash on the street, parks or gardens, or separate waste according to the origin and the opposite in the different containers. And before you throw something away, I think it could be still useful for some other purpose. But as I said it before, it depends on every personal form of looking to this situation because it is a reality that needs actions and we have to do something about it.